What's up, guys? Taking a look this morning, switching it up a bit, taking a look over at the stock market. Kicking this video off, we're going to look at the spiders, the S&P 500 ETF, SPY. SPY, along with the major indices, probably most stocks in the market. Pretty good down day on Friday. Looks like the SPY was down 3.3%. So things are looking, at least for the short term, we entered some pretty good bearish territory on Friday, in my opinion. Let's see here if I have an arrow on the screen. Something of concern is there is a gap down below the market, way down here. Looks like that was created on the 14th and 15th of July, right where the arrow is pointing. It looks like that gap is in between 378 and 380. Small gap, but still a gap. So we could be heading down there to close that gap. That would do a lot of things. One, it would close the gap. Two, it would bring a lot of fear into the market, which would be good for sentiment and let this market slingshot back to the upside. That is definitely a worst case scenario. I mean, obviously, if we went lower, that would be worse. Depends how you look at it. Great buying opportunity, I'm sure. If we get back down to those levels, sentiment will be probably back through the roof, and probably a good time to be buying this market once again. I would say after Friday's action, which is this red candle right there, pointing where the arrow is pointing, that will boost sentiment quite a bit for this week. So we'll have some sentiment numbers coming out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. And we will see. But I would expect much more bearish sentiment after that day. So we also have a gap up in here above the market, which is also nice, which was created on the 19th and 22nd of August. So at some point, just like the lower gaps, the upper gaps will get filled as well. I can tell you that we took our profits in the S&P futures, the TQQQs. These markets, like I said, are actually in bearish territory right now. Will they last? I don't know, but can't argue with what the market's saying. And it entered some bearish territory. If we head over to the TQQQs real quick, I want to show you something interesting over there. I don't know if this chart is marked up or not. It is. It's marked up from a previous video. So the TQQQs, like I said, we took our profits in these as they look quite bearish along with the rest of the market. Could be short term, could be long term, but at least for right now, they look a little bit bearish. So locked in our profits, and we'll wait for some strength to show back up here in the TQQQs. On the upside for this product, the Pro Shares, Ultra Trust, Ultra Pro QQQ. These are a 3x leverage product. We have gaps above the market, way up here in the 50s. So we are sitting at 30 now. At some point, those upper gaps will get filled. They are up here. But right now, we are looking a little bit bearish here, and we took our profits in these going back about a week or so. Let's take a look at the volatility index, the volatility S&P 500 index. Up once again today, looks like, as long as this is today's candle, the 29th of August, which is today's date, up 7.2%. Definitely a little bit of fear coming in on the Sunday night open for the futures markets. On the positive side here for the VIX is not only do we have one gap, I wouldn't be surprised to see that get filled today if they decide to rally the market. We have one gap below the market close, and then we have another gap way down here in the 20s. That tells me at some point this market is going to rally very, very strong and close these gaps. As the market rallies, the VIX gets crushed. Usually, most of the time, that's what'll happen. Sometimes you'll get the market up and the VIX up, and that's usually an indicator of some downside market to come. But I'm talking about a big, broad rally, which would take the entire index, the VIX, down. So we'll see. We'll see if they rally the market today, or they're going to push the VIX up higher, push the market down lower, and then at some point down the road, we will get these gaps closed in the VIX. But that is kind of my thought there. Over to the CNN Fear and Greed Index. Nothing crazy. Basically right at the edge of fear and neutral. We'll see. Depending on how ugly today is, this could drop a few points, but I don't expect it to drop too much unless we really, really get a big down day. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Some of my thoughts on the market. We'll go back to the SPY real quick. Like I said, we took our profits in the S&P futures and over in the TQQQs well before Friday's nasty action. And like I said, we wait to get long once again until we see some strength show up in these products, and not right now. We do have some gaps though above the market, which is good, hopeful, because at some point we'll get a rally and they will get filled. But for the SPY, we have a big old gap down here in the 380s. So who knows? It's pretty far below the market, but of course they could send it down there and fill that gap. Right now, pretty much sit on the sidelines, let the market tell us what it wants to do. And right now, downside. That is what it's telling us. Doesn't mean it's going to hold, but can't argue with what the market's telling us. All right, guys. Of course, just my opinion, not financial advice. We'll see what happens here. Those long-term investors, if anything, this is probably a great buying opportunity as the market should open up lower this morning. Once again, futures were down about between 30 and 40 points, the S&P futures. All right, guys, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video, and let me know your thoughts on the current market action down in the video comments, and we'll be back. All right, take care.